Well, welcome everybody to the Janesville Police Department Awards ceremony. My name is David Moore, I'm the police chief. And we have a number of honored guests here with us this evening. And I'll just go through the list rather quickly. Larry Barton with our Police and Fire Commission. Mark Kopp with our Police and Fire Commission. Councilmember Jim Farrell is with us. We have a number of our chaplains here. Tim Hartley is here. Bruce Jones is with us. And Robert LeBaron is with us as well, way in the back. We have Representative Colsty is with us. Oh, I saw her, yeah. Sheriff Bob Spoden and Chief Deputy Barbara Tillman is with us as well. Judge Fitzpatrick is here, and he is a former Police and Fire Commission member. Past Council President Bill Truman is way in the back and is here. We have retired Lieutenant Joe Kuhart stopped in to see us today. And I just saw Fire Chief Jim Jensen come in here as well. So I think I've got everybody, but pretty close if not. So this is an evening for reflection of our duties and appreciation of our employees and citizens. It's an opportunity to honor a few of the many dedicated employees of the Janesville Police Department and members of our community. 2012 was a particularly demanding year for our staff with the responsibilities of the national election, various problem-solving initiatives, and the death of one of our own, Mike Dewar. The employees you'll meet tonight are committed employees. Many organizations have compliant employees, and those are those folks that they'll do what you tell them to do, and they'll do it well, but they don't do a whole lot more. And the employees you're going to meet tonight are committed employees. And committed employees are those that understand the broader view of the department's responsibilities and what our goals are. And they have little need for self-direction. They are self-starters, problem solvers, and they're enthusiastic. And those are the kind of employees that you'll meet tonight. Last year, our employees decided the mission of the police department. When I asked them to put that mission of the police department down to one sentence, they decided it is service with pride, honor, courage, and respect. That's what the Janesville Police Department is about. This evening, the department will also honor citizens and businesses that have supported the police department and the community. Every year, officers of the police department respond to tens of thousands of calls for service, traffic stops, citizen contacts, and other duties. Often, citizens in our community assist us with our responsibilities, and in many cases, officers inform me of the citizen's assistance, and I will send a letter of appreciation to the citizen. All letters of appreciation are sent throughout the year, forwarded to the department's commendation committee, and the commendation committee reviews the letters and looks for those citizens' actions that were beyond what is normally expected for a citizen. This year, we have 3 citizens that were selected for the Law Enforcement Service Award. Also this year, we have 2 relatively new awards, the Problem-Oriented Policing Award and the Law Enforcement Service Award for an exemplary or supportive business. The Problem-Oriented Policing Award is given to the officer or officers that have demonstrated a creative approach to a policing issue and that when implemented better serves the community and reduces the need for police resources. The Business Award is for those businesses that support and further the mission of the police department and consequently serve the community. I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Dan Davis and Deputy Chief John Olson. The Deputy Chiefs will present the information for each award. But before I turn the ceremony over to the Deputy Chiefs, I'd like to share one incident that occurred this last year that exemplifies the type of employees and dedication that we are so fortunate to have here at the Janesville Police Department. This last year, Officer Craig Commence was assigned to a pretty routine call. It was just a broken window at a McDonald's store. It was out on Milton Avenue. And while he was out there, we were trying to determine who broke the window, and his job was to stand by with the suspect that may have broken this window. By all indications, the suspect was cooperative and calm, and without any provocation at all. The suspect, we later learned, was a mixed martial arts fighter, attacked Officer Clements, striking him in the face and knocking him to the ground. Although suffering a significant facial injury, Officer Clements assisted other officers in the apprehension of the suspect that included the deployment of 5 tasers, a police baton, OC spray, and our canine dog. No other significant injury occurred to the officers or the suspect. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of dedication to duty we see with our staff every day, every month, all year long. Deputy Chief Davis.
Good evening. The first citizen that's going to receive an award tonight is Burdette Erickson. If Burdette, if you want to come on up. Mr. Erickson is an advocate and spokesperson for the 4th Ward neighborhood and the work of the Janesville Police Department. He regularly walks his neighborhood late at night, observing and gathering information to provide to the police department. The police department has made numerous arrests based in part on information provided by Mr. Erickson. Additionally, he meets with probation and parole agents and gives them information on their clients. Mr. Erickson welcomes new families that are moving into the 4th Ward with a gift basket and offers them other resources when needed. He is in no way obligated to do all that he does, but he is compelled to help ensure a safe neighborhood for all residents. His work shines a positive light on the 4th Ward, the police department, and subsequently the city of Janesville. In addition to this award from the police department, Mr. Erickson is also being recognized on a state and a national level. And if I may introduce State Representative Deb Kolsky and Officer Rod Hirsch and ask them to come forward as well. Representative Kolsky has a citation of commendation that she would like to present to Mr. Erickson. And when she is finished, Officer Hirsch has a personal letter that was drafted by Congressman Paul Ryan that Officer Hirsch will read and present to Burdette Erickson.
First of all, Burdette, I just want to say that when I was listening to Chief Moore, he said that the officers here are more than just compliant employees. And I think that same thing could be said of you. You're not a compliant citizen. You always go above and beyond. I was amazed that the evening we came over to your house and my husband was flabbergasted how much you help the community, how much you serve your ward, and what good you do for this community. So I applaud you for that. And I'll just read you the plaque, which has a lot of whereases. Whereas Janesville's 4th Ward is a lovely and historic part of the city, which, while long established, is filled with graceful architecture and people committed to their city and neighborhood. And whereas, for years, Burdette Erickson has walked the 4th Ward streets at night and reported any signs of illegal activity to the police, and taken pictures of illegal transactions and gathered license plate numbers, all without regard for his personal safety. He has worked with probation and parole agents to provide updates on clients' activities in the 4th Ward. And whereas Mr. Erickson has assisted Janesville Police in organizing and publicizing a 4th Ward walk to showcase the successes of that neighborhood, he attends city council meetings to advocate for police resources and praise police work in the 4th Ward. He organizes an annual city council forum for the 4th Ward residents and then organized a 4th Ward committee to welcome its visitors and newcomers. Whereas Mr. Erickson has been presented with a Janesville's Law Enforcement Award for a Citizen because of his tireless volunteer service, his disregard for personal danger, and his commitment to his neighbor. Now, therefore, Senator Tim Cohen and Representative Deb Kolsky do hereby congratulate Burdette Erickson on this award and commend him for his exemplary public service to his neighborhood and city.
I too have a letter for Burdette. I just wanted to briefly make a comment about conversation Burdette and I had a couple months ago. He probably doesn't remember it. But we were talking about our plan for this year for the 4th Ward. And Burdette was telling me about how it was getting better and we were making progress. It was slow but sure, but it was coming along. And what stuck out to me was Burdette was saying, you know, he probably won't be around to enjoy the full fruits of all that we do there because of his age. I hope he is, but he said he may not be, but it was important that the next generation would get to enjoy the 4th Ward. That rang with me, so I wanted to make sure, and the department did, that the next generation remembered Burdette. So with that, I have a letter from Congressman Ryan which says, on behalf of the people of Wisconsin's 1st Congressional District, it is my sincerest honor to congratulate you on receiving the Law Enforcement Service Award from the Janesville Police Department. I recently learned about your civilian honor, and I wanted to personally extend my congratulations for this achievement. Burdette, I commend your exemplary efforts to improve the quality of life for residents in the 4th Ward in Janesville. You truly serve as a role model for others through your exemplary citizenship, including your actions in creating the 4th Ward Committee, with welcoming new families into the 4th Ward, attending the council meetings, and partnering with the Janesville Police Department to deter and prevent criminal activities. The bravery and vigilance you have displayed in fighting crime and assisting the Janesville Police Department is admirable. Again, congratulations on receiving the Law Enforcement Service Award. Your exemplary service is greatly appreciated by the Janesville community and the state of Wisconsin. Best wishes to you, sincerely, Congressman Paul Ryan. You got enough hands?
That's going to need a little help carrying this system. Burdette, congratulations. Here is your Law Enforcement Award from the Police Department, and we sincerely appreciate all that you do for us, and I think the turnout here and the applause, you know that your community does too, so congratulations. Yeah, absolutely.
These awards tonight are very nice, but they are not earned by one person. They are earned by many. There is a 4th Ward committee that has existed for 32 years, and Isla Hartung here started it because she wanted to save the 4th Ward. That committee has 10 members. They are Isla Hartung, Kurt and Tracy Link, Dan Hartung, Mike Sturck, Jenna Smith, Clara Baumeister, and Liz Anderson. We are a private committee, and we work to save the 4th Ward and to rehab it. Most of you are here tonight. All of you have one thing in common. You are not afraid of drug dealers, criminals, or slum landlords. These awards belong to you. You're a great group to work with. The success in the 4th Ward has come because of help from the council, our city manager, and neighborhood services. There is another group too that supports us, and that is our East Side support system. You are people from the East Side, and you are here tonight. Your support of coming down to our meetings and walking our neighborhood is vital, and we appreciate it. But all that we do would not succeed if it wasn't for the Janesville Police Department. All of you officers who are here have played a role in rehabbing our inner city neighborhood, and we thank you. 10 years ago, a Janesville officer said, don't ever give up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And today, we have reached that light. There is much to be done. But 10 years ago, we were monitoring and watching 72 drug houses in the 4th Ward. Today, there are 4. You officers who are here tonight have helped to lower that number. If you officers in this room should shut down every drug house in the 4th Ward, and you have no more drug dealers to arrest, you must understand that if Valentine's Day comes, there won't be any roses. Each rose we give you represents a drug dealer you arrested. And some things, I guess, are not forever. A couple of years ago, Isla Hartung and I were here for the police accreditation hearing. We had the opportunity to speak to the chief of police from South Milwaukee. And she said, if you wish to bring back a neighborhood, you need 2 things. The people who want it back, and you must have the support of your local police. She said you have both here in Janesville, and you are going to succeed. Chief Moore, thank you so much for assigning Rod Hirsch to our neighborhood. We would not be where we're at today without him. As our chief, you took your best and you assigned him to the neighborhood that needed him the most. On a personal note, I would like to thank my nieces who are here tonight, who have come up from Chicago. And again, the awards are very pleasing, and I can assure you that they will be shared with as many people as possible in the 4th Ward. Thank you.
The next Citizen Service Award winner is Charlette Glaster. Is Charlette here? No? Okay, very quickly, on July 25th, Ms. Glaster witnessed 2 people acting suspiciously in her neighborhood. She then saw them break into her neighbor's residence. Ms. Glaster immediately called 911, gave a description of the event she witnessed, along with a description of the suspects and their vehicle. Also during this event, Ms. Glaster left the safety of her residence and went outside to obtain a license plate from the suspect vehicle, which was parked in the street in front of her house. The officers responded, located the suspect vehicle, and later arrested the suspects who had fled the scene. We believe without Ms. Glaster's quick actions, the suspects more than likely would not have been caught. The next award recipient, Jennifer Snow. Ms. Snow is a pharmacist in Janesville who volunteers her time and expertise sorting prescription drugs that have been dropped off at the various drug drop box locations in the city of Janesville. Ms. Snow separates the medications based on whether they are controlled or non-controlled substances. The non-controlled medications that are still sealed and donated are donated to HealthNet, which is a local healthcare resource for low-income individuals who do not have insurance. The volume of medications collected in the drop boxes can be overwhelming. In 2012, 1,300 pounds of medications were dropped off at the different location sites or collection sites and events. Several hours a week are spent separating these drugs, and Ms. Snow generously performs this work on her days off. The service to the community would not be possible without her expertise and donated time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was never expecting this. I never do this for some kind of reward. I want to really thank the police department. Well, it was close to 2-3 years ago, I got in touch with Officer Chad Sullivan, and together him and I created a network of drug drop boxes. So in Janesville we have 3 of them, and it was really important to me to get drugs off the street, not just illegal drugs, but prescription medications, because abuse of prescription medications is on the rise. It's so dramatic, it's the worst, and it's just getting worse every day. So getting those off the street and out of people's homes that they don't need them anymore is an amazing thing. So please encourage everyone to use the drop boxes. They're around 24/7 at the police department and 2 locations at Mercy East Clinic and the Mercy Mall. So please, I encourage every single one of you, don't just keep it for another day. Take it to the drop box so it can go get disposed of properly. So I really appreciate this. Thank you.
The first business award recipient for tonight is the Janesville Area Crime Stoppers. Is there representatives from Crime Stoppers here? Crime Stoppers has partnered with the Janesville Police Department and other Rock County law enforcement agencies for many years. In 2009, Crime Stoppers purchased a tips-off program which allows tips to be sent via text message and the internet. Tips-off has increased our tips from 120 to 150 tips a year to over 600 tips in 2012. They also fund the Quick 50 program for the school district, and recently they donated a television to the Rock County Courthouse. On that television, pictures of people who are wanted by the Janesville Police Department are shown constantly throughout the day. And the idea is that the visitors to the courthouse can view the photos and hopefully submit tips to Crime Stoppers. The police department has had great success with the electronic billboards that are seen throughout the community when we advertise for wanted people, and we're hoping that this will supplement that program and help us satisfy some of those outstanding warrants. In 2012, Janesville Area Crime Stoppers received over 600 tips, which led to 94 arrests, the recovery of $4,000 in stolen property, and over $29,000 in drugs. Since its inception, Crime Stoppers has been responsible for nearly 4,500 tips, 1,700 arrests, and more than $2.5 million in recovered property and drugs. They continue to support the police department and have always been willing to give the department time or donations to assist with our initiatives. They have purchased a voluminous amount of equipment, and they also provide us with promotional items to give out at community events. Crime Stoppers. The final business award recipient for tonight is FedEx, and we know that there are no representatives from FedEx here. However, we would still like to recognize them as being a significant contributor to our mission of partnering with the community to promote and improve standard of living. Per their request, we are not going to comment on specifics of what they've done to assist us in promoting our mission, but we are going to ask that you trust that their efforts in this regard are greatly appreciated and that their recognition tonight is well deserved.
Good evening. Now we'll do the employee awards for Janesville Police Department. The way our employees are recognized and receive these awards are from nominations from their fellow employees. So I thought it was important that you heard from the employees that made these nominations and heard from them why they thought the other employees were worthy of recognition and receiving these awards tonight. So they'll be doing the presentation of each award. Our first award tonight is for the Problem-Oriented Policing Award. Officer Todd Radloff is going to receive that, and he was nominated by Lieutenant Terry Sheridan.
Good evening, everybody. Drunk driving enforcement, OWI detection is a priority of the Janesville Police Department. In 2010, the Janesville Police Department introduced Project Sober Streets, which was a tool that we use to keep the public informed of repeat drunk drivers, get the information out to the public the best we can, and hopefully to encourage the public to report drunk drivers to us as they see them. Officer Todd Radloff made it his priority also to begin trying to identify more drunk drivers and enforce the OWI laws at that time. In 2011, Officer Radloff led our department, making 56 drunk driving arrests that year. And then in last year, 2012, he decided to step that up a little bit more and increased his arrests for the year to 75 arrests. So over the past year, Officer Radloff has been responsible for 126 drunk driving arrests, and has taken that many people, dangerous drivers, off the street, making our community that much safer. He's gone above and beyond what is asked of any of our officers in this area, and his work is greatly appreciated and worthy of our recognition. Officer Todd Radloff.
Our next award is our Meritorious Service Citation, and Officer Scott Katzenmeyer is going to be receiving that. I'll just kind of explain the Meritorious Service Citation. Everybody's kind of familiar with it. These service awards are reserved for actions by our officers that go above and beyond what is expected of officers, and it normally involves them putting their life in jeopardy. Sergeant Ellis nominated Officer Scott Katzenmeyer for this award. He nominated him originally, and Officer Katzenmeyer received a commendation from the chief recognizing him for his efforts. These service awards are not frequently given out, and the standard to meet the award is high. The award's listed in our general orders, and it states that this award will be given to an officer who performs an act of heroism or bravery, which is laudable or extraordinary. This award will consist of a plaque and a two-colored section blue and white merit bar to be worn on the uniform. Factors to be considered include that the act was performed with a high degree of risk of personal injury, that the officer had full knowledge of the inherent danger existing and demonstrated unusual disregard for his personal safety. The officer's actions were beyond the normal hazards of duty. The officer's actions showed a high level of character and integrity. Police officers are placed in dangerous situations on a daily basis. And after a review of all incidents in 2012, only one officer, Scott Katzenmeyer, was selected to receive this award. Sergeant Ellis will now present this award to Officer Katzenmeyer.
Good evening. It is my pleasure tonight to have the opportunity to present Scott with this award. Scott has been a police officer for the city of Janesville since June 1st of 1999. He has worked third shift patrol during that time. In 2009, Scott was named the Janesville Police Department Officer of the Year. Scott's family includes his wife Kimberly and his children Morgan and Logan. Scott's joined tonight by a much extended family, including his brother Nathan, who is a deputy for the Dane County Sheriff's Office. Officer Katzenmeyer was awarded a Chief's Commendation for an incident he responded to on June 21st, 2012. Upon arrival to the Centerway Bridge, Officer Katzenmeyer found a distraught male standing on a concrete pier overhanging the dam. Without hesitation, Officer Katzenmeyer scaled an 8-foot fence to gain access to the secure dam area, where he established communication with the subject. Officer Katzenmeyer negotiated with the subject for approximately 20 minutes without success. The subject continued to threaten to jump. Officers Katzenmeyer decided to try to establish phone contact with the subject's mother based on prior contacts and knowledge of the subject. After establishing contact, Officer Katzenmeyer took the opportunity to distract the subject and to go hands-on in an attempt to bring the subject to safety. The subject attempted to fight off Officer Katzenmeyer, and he was forced to fight with him on a concrete slab above the dam. Officer Katzenmeyer put his own safety at risk to save the life of this distraught subject. His bravery, his patience, and his quick thinking brought this event to a successful conclusion. It is my honor to present Scott with this award on behalf of our community and the Janesville Police Department. Congratulations, Scott.
Our next award is for Civilian of the Year, Miss Robin Budson. She was nominated by Karen Burdette, who is the Records Division Supervisor. She will now present the award.
Good evening. Ms. Budson has been employed with the Janesville Police Department since 1988. She is our most senior records clerk with over 24 years of experience. Robin is here tonight with her daughter Dana and her partner Perry, and she also has another daughter Jackie that wasn't able to make it tonight. Robin is extremely knowledgeable in all aspects of the record clerk's position. When talking with the public, she is always courteous and often helps to calm down upset citizens. Robin handles the majority of the open records requests. Quite frequently, citizens are not happy with the response to their open records request. Robin explains the law and our requirements and limitations under the law, and by doing so is able to help them understand. It's a very tedious job to gather all of the requested information, review the reports, redact sensitive information, and deal with the possibly upset citizens. Robin does an excellent job with the open records requests and serves as a resource for the records department. I'm very proud to have her as a member of our department.
The Award of Excellence is an award that comes from my office and goes to the supervisor on the department that shows a significant contribution to the department or the community. And this year that Award of Excellence goes to Sergeant Chad Pearson. Chad, if you want to come up here, please. Chad was hired in 1998. I wish he'd stay in better shape. I'm always hired in 1998. He helped us out with our field training for a while. He was promoted to sergeant in 2009. He is married to Kelly, and he has two very young children, Tate and Mary Ellen. Tate was born in January of 2011, and Mary Ellen was December of 2011. So there was as I got reading through this, I thought about all the stuff that he was doing for us. I thought, man, the guy's busy at home. Sergeant Pearson really brings a nice balance of organizational needs and concern for his employees. And I can tell you that he really expects a lot out of those officers that he's responsible for. He really expects the best out of them. This last year, he helped us with our new digital radio system. When we started out on this digital radio system, we didn't know much about it. I gave the project to Chad, and Chad has learned a lot. And I can tell you that this was a very expensive system. It did not go as smoothly as we had hoped. We're still working on getting it refined, but we've come an awful long way. So through this last year, Chad has really had a lot of challenges to make this radio system work. There's been frustrations on all ends, and Sergeant Pearson has helped us with training the officers. He developed a video to help out. He did this during some times that we were short-staffed on his shift. And I'm quite sure that when you signed on to be a police officer, you didn't think you'd be doing a duty like this, nor would you be using terms like ether stack, narrowband, ANI, BLN, hardware, zone 1, zone 2, bugs, and voters, which are all part of Sergeant Pearson's vocabulary recently. But, Sergeant Pearson, we really appreciate all that you've done for us this year. You've worked very, very hard, and I really appreciate the time that your family has given up to make this work for the police department.
And our final award tonight is for Police Officer of the Year, Officer Sean Jauch, who was nominated by Sergeant Brian Vaughn. Sean? In the hallway.
Good evening. Everybody welcome. I just wanted to start off by saying that there's a lot of competition for this award. We have, 80 sworn officers that could receive this award. A lot of officers, obviously, that go above and beyond every day. So, congratulations. Officer Sean Jauch has been an officer with the Janesville Police Department since 1998. And I see that his wife is back there, Sheila, and I saw James back there, and Keegan, and Brianna smiling, and Clara. Sean, for 15 years you've been on second shift, I'm pretty sure, right? Which I want to say, that's a lot of work that Sheila's got to do while you're gone in the evening. So I'm going to give her a little bit of kudos too for being there for you. Officer Jauch has a lot of different responsibilities at the police department. Not only is he a second shift patrol officer, but he also is in charge of the range. He's a firearms instructor, and that really takes up a lot of his responsibility, or a lot of time, and takes a lot of responsibility. He takes a lot of time to research equipment and order ammunition. So he's always in the police department, not during regular duty hours, doing things on the phone, making orders and handling stuff. So besides the fact that he does all that, he also helps with the chaplains program, which is a great program. You're in the honor guard, pretty much do it all, it seems like. Behind the scenes, like I said, he's constantly working, not just on his patrol duties, but on everything else. So I just wanted to kind of congratulate him. It's a great honor to be Officer of the Year. And the thing about Sean that really tops it all off for me, and why I nominated him for this, is because of the great attitude that he does all this. He's constantly working, he works hard, but his attitude is outstanding. He's just always smiling and helpful and willing to do anything for you. So, and you can always tell when he's in the PD because I can hear him whistling down the hallway. But a great guy to work with, and congratulations.
promised my wife we'd be done in 45 minutes, and I'm going to make it. So, Burdette, you threw me for a loop with the speech there. On behalf of the Janesville Police Department, I'd like to offer our thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Special thanks goes out to our spouses, significant others, and family members that support our officers and our staff. You are the ones that keep our families together, and when our employees are working weekends, holidays, and the varying shifts. An author by the name of Michael Josephson wrote on the topic of what will matter. I'd like to share one paragraph from his writing when he answers, so what will matter? How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. Not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your example. Living a life of matter doesn't happen by accident. It's not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. People that have been commended here tonight are people that matter. Please take a moment to congratulate the award recipients and enjoy your time together with family and friends. This concludes our ceremony, and to all the kids in the house, there's lots of cookies, and I'll throw a mom and dad so you can have as many as you want. Thanks, everybody.